You see, it's a paradox that in Nigeria, when something is at the lower stage that you need to curb it, you don't curb it. You appear not to have cared, to bother about it. But when the thing appears to be maybe dying off, you now make the largest noise. I can say it clearly that the result this year is the best in the last 3 years, and definitely one of the best in the last 20 years. I'm in position to tell you. It shows clearly that Nigerians are not interested in education. If they are interested in education, they will be able to analyze carefully whatever they have about education. It means that we have not been talking to them at all when we pretend to, or we think we are communicating. Because I was shocked when people were saying what they were saying. But it shows me clearly that what we were taught in the class, in education assessment class, is correct. That it is the teacher that determines, it is the school that determines the parents' perspective of the report on education. What happened this year that shocked people was that for the first time, we gave you cumulative. What we have been giving over the years that made many people unconscious and we didn't know was that we would say those who score between 150 and 200, the figure. 200 and 250, we give you the figure. 250 and 300, we give you the figure separately. That's what is called belt report. We are giving you the belt, issue of the belt. But this year, we decided to say, okay, 300 and above, this is the figure, which was better than the previous years. This 250 and 300, this is the figure. But we now say 250 and above, adding 300 with 250. Then we went as far as 200. That was what made the whole Nigeria now realize that, oh, but definitely it didn't start now. It started in 2013, it was 10%. Go and see the publication. Those who scored 200 and above in 2013 was 10%. And there was no noise because it didn't come to your consciousness that was what we were saying. I want to tell you, but again, when you talk about pass failure, the UTME has no pass or failed. Because when you are talking of pass or fail, you talk about what qualifies the candidate to be admitted. You want to recruit 1,000 policemen. You say they must have first degree. It is the first degree that qualifies them. But because you want to recruit 1,000 and there are 10,000, you now set a quiz for them and say the first 1,000 will be taken. The pass mark or fail mark does not come. It's the first 1,000 you are interested in. Take note, I said quiz. The examination we are using for UTME is just for 20 minutes. You have forgotten that for a candidate to have a credit, for instance, in biology, he must have taken, or chemistry, or physics, to say he has credit, O level, he must have taken examination paper 1, paper 2, practical, and you add continuous assessment of SS1, SS2, all together before you can find an average. That's what is called an achievement test that you can bank, that you can certify. But if somebody comes here now and he says, oh, those of you in NTA, 6 of you are here now, I need 3 of you. Okay, who is the governor of a state in US? Anybody who knows it, then those who know it, write it down. Those who know it, they go. Will you now say that means that the others are dummy because they couldn't get it? The point is that in assessment, in educational assessment, the purpose of the examination determines the type of question. That's why when some people are talking about banking results, at times I laugh. What are you going to bank? Are you going to bank 25%? Of the thing, or what are you going to bank? The issue is that Nigerian community appears not to be interested in education. So all the information we have been giving them in the last 20 years did not sink. So they were only conscious of it now. Last year, those who scored 200 and above were 24%. Just 24%. This year 24, last year 23, year before less than that. And I told you in 2010 and 2013 it was 10.4%. So it has been so. The result this year is the best in terms of performance, but the way we decided to report it to you now gained your consciousness, and that's why when you were in secondary school, in primary school, nobody talks about your percentage. They say first position, second position, third position, fourth position, because they are ranking the candidates, and they want you to know how the candidate stands in the class among his colleagues. That's why. But when you go to secondary school and you are taking different subjects, then they come to, oh, this is the percentage, you pass or you fail, or you, that one comes. There are countries in the world that they don't take any examination until they get to age 18. They promote them by age, by biological age in the world, and they are doing well in education. So what I get from this is that, yes, it's good. Yes, let's improve whatever we need to improve. But if we need to cry, the cry should not start today. It ought to have started when it ought to start. So what I'm saying, it's not that I'm saying this is the best we can have. No. But what I'm saying is that I'm shocked that we have not been talking to the community. Because if you are saying, oh, the result this year is bad, where? Go and check all your records and see. It's the best in the last 3 years.